Yo, what's going on, dudes? HK Titan here with a brand new video for you guys, and in today's video I have a banger plan for you guys because I'm going to be making the perfect map for the Nautic Siege Core. And on top of that, we're also going to be testing out the new Monkey Sub Paragon to see what round he'll be able to make it to if he's Paragon degree 100 and he has the perfect map to play on. And of course, the first thing I have to do is of course create, design, and make the map. So guys, I'm going to go ahead and design the map and I'll bring you guys back as soon as I'm done. Alright guys, so I think this is gonna do it for our Nautic of the Seas map. So I ended up going with a candy theme because I mean we have all the new Easter props, so I might as well take advantage of them, right? So this is going to be a super long track because I mean the Nautic of the Seas is going to have a semi-global range. We will have to use a couple of towers to increase his range, but for the most part I think this map should be pretty solid, right dudes? Now the last thing we have to do is of course play and publish our map, as well as we need to come up with a name for the map. And there we go, we have officially beaten our map. Now for the name of the map, there's not really a better name other than Wonka's Factory. I mean, Willy Wonka, Chocolate River, I mean, it just makes complete sense, right? So now that we have our map set up, if you guys would like to play this map for yourself, here is the code. But let's go ahead and get started to see what round the Nautic Siege Core can make it to. Now, of course, because we are going to be going for Paragon degree 100 Nautic of the Seas, I am going to be using Jerry as my hero. Now, to start off, obviously, we're not going to be able to go straight for the Nautic Siege Core or anything like that. So I will be starting with a couple of other towers. Like I'll probably go for like a flying fortress and stuff like that, just to make sure that we have enough popping power until we can afford to buy our Nautic of the Seas and our monkey subs have enough pops. Now, similar to every other late game video, the first thing we have to do is farm. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and set up a bunch of farms. So I'll bring you guys back as soon as I have them all set up, or at least the majority of them set up. All right guys, so I'm going to go ahead and bring you guys back on round 61. You guys can't see it over here on this side of the map, but I do have a Monkeyopolis placed down. So our farming is setting really good. Like, it may not seem like we have a lot of farms on the screen right now, but we are actually setting really good on farms. On top of that, I also want to grab myself another monkey sub. And then with this monkey sub, we're going to go ahead and position it right here. And then we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves our sub commander. And then with this monkey sub, we're going to go ahead and upgrade this monkey village up to MIB. That way it can pop lead balloons. And then after we buy this MIB, we're going to go ahead and continue our farming and buying a Banana Central, as well as upgrading all of these Monkey Buccaneers up to flavor traits. All right, on round 69, the first thing I want to do is I actually want to level up our Jerry up to level 20. That way we can start placing down Paragon totems. Now, if I'm not mistaken, we do need 20 Paragon totems in order to get the max level on our monkey sub. I'll probably end up buying a lot more just to be on the safe side. So I think that should be our next goal. I don't think we have to worry about any of the balloons giving us a hard time. But actually, you know what? We should probably grab ourselves the permabrew first. And we should also grab ourselves the preemptive strike as well. And yes, I just double checked and it's 20 Paragon totems in order to get the max level Paragon. On top of that, we're also going to need 100 tiers for our monkey subs, as well as all the tier 5s, and of course the 16.2 million pops. Now, I'll probably end up grabbing 25 Paragon totems just to be on the safe side, because I mean, it would be a real shame if we end up getting all the way up until like round 140, and we don't have enough power in order to get the Paragon degree 100 Nautic Siege Core, right? Alright, and we're all set up for the Nautic Siege Core. We have well over the 100 tiers necessary for the Paragon degree 100 Nautic Siege Core. We also have 25 Paragon totems, which is 25 more than we need. Now, currently, the only thing we need is the 16.2 million pops in order to get the Paragon degree 100 Nautic Siege Core. Now, one thing I'm debating on doing is where I actually want to put my Nautic Siege Core, because I want it somewhere cool to where we're going to be able to see him. So let me actually position my Energizer over here, because I think this would be a really cool spot for our Nautic Siege Core. So right now, there's really nothing that we need to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and Ultra Boost my Sub Commander as well as my Preemptive Strike, and I'll go ahead and bring you guys back as soon as our subs have 16.2 million pops. But before I do that, I just want to say thank you guys so much for stopping by this video. I really appreciate it. That being said, if you guys have been enjoying the video so far, please feel free to hit that like button. Also, if you guys are new around here, don't forget to subscribe as well, because I do upload quite a bit of Bloons TD6 content. But anyways, dudes, I'm going to go ahead and fast forward up until probably round 140 is when we should have enough pop. All right, dude, so here we are at the end of round 140, and between all of our subs, we definitely have well over the 16.2 million pops. So let's go ahead and buy our Nautic Siege Core. So a moment of truth, hopefully I didn't mess anything up, and we are going to have the Paragon Degree 100 Nautic Siege Core perfect. So now that we have the Nautic Siege Core set up, let's go ahead and sell the rest of our towers because we no longer need them. Because it's not the premise of like what round all the towers can make it to together. The premise is just to see how far the Nautic Siege Core can make it by himself. So of course we are going to need to place down a couple of towers. Now the tower that I'm going to choose in order to allow our Nautic Siege Core to see the entire track is going to be the top pathway Monkey Sub. Because the top pathway Monkey Sub upgraded to the tier 3 isn't going to be able to pop balloons, but it is going to allow our Nautic Siege Core to see and hit balloons throughout the entire map. All right, and I think that should about do it. So one thing that I'm really excited to see is exactly how much damage the Nautic Siege Core's ability actually does. So probably on like round 150 or a round that's like really beefy, I'll probably end up submerging him and then just let his ability go ham. Because I have a feeling that it's going to be absolutely insane. Well, actually, you know what? We could actually test it right now, right? Because, I mean, if we submerge our Nautic Siege Core, then let the balloons go, and then activate his ability, I wonder if it's going to be able to deal with all of these DDT balloons. It should, right? And it's launched. Dude, it's... Oh, dude, it leaves, like, radiation on the track. That's so cool, and it's popping all of the Moab balloons. I did not know that was a thing. So wherever the missile hits, it leaves radiation on the track that does damage. I wonder how long the radiation actually stays on the track. That's something that we're... Okay, so it looks like it stays on the track for like 1 or 2 rounds. That's actually so cool. I didn't know he had a hidden ability like that. But alright dudes, there's not really too much else that we need to do, so I want you guys to let me know in the comments below. What round do you think a Paragon Degree 100 Nautic Siege Core will be able to make it to on the perfect map for the Nautic Siege Core? So I'm going to go ahead and fast forward probably up until like round 180, because I think that's what round he made it to on the brand new intermediate map. And dude, I'm not going to lie, that nuclear strike is so cool. I wish the countdown wasn't so long, that way it would be more useful on different tracks. Like the only time I see that ability being useful is up against boss balloons. Alright guys, so I'm going to go ahead and bring you back on round 180, and I think I really underestimated how strong the Nautic Siege Core's ability actually is. Like, if it was just the explosions, that'd be one thing, but that radiation is nuts, dudes. Like, it does so much damage to balloons. Like, I definitely underestimated how strong that radiation actually is. Like, even on round 182, if we have like a long pile of the radiation on the track, like it shreds reinforced CMG balloons, and it even does a lot of damage to bad balloons as well. And again, the only complaint that I really have about the ability is that that countdown timer, 15 seconds, may not seem like a really long time, but when you're faced up against a lot of DDT balloons and like really fast bad balloons, like it's a really long countdown, right? But even though I am complaining about the ability, the Nautic Siege Core is definitely such a cool Paragon. Ninja Kiwi did an amazing job with like the actual avatar for the Nautic Siege Core. I mean, all of the projectiles, the animations, the abilities, they all look so clean. So Ninja Kiwi did a really good job at designing this Paragon. And I'm really satisfied with all of the mechanics that they incorporated from all the different subs. Now, one thing I'm not the biggest fan of is that in order for the Monkey Sub Paragon to buff other water towers, the Monkey Sub Paragon has to be submerged. Like, it doesn't work if it's like up in the air, but look at this icon right here. In order for this icon to actually take effect, you need to submerge your Nautic Siege Core. So that's one thing I'm not too excited about. I wish like it was active when he was unsubmerged. That way you could give a little bit of a buff to your other water towers. and then when you submerge it, it like amplifies the buff. I think that would be a much better mechanic. That way you can still rely on the popping power of your Monkey Sub Paragon, right? And someone did tell me that the Monkey Sub Paragon also buffs land-based towers, but from what I see, that isn't the case. Like, maybe if I like grab myself like a ice monkey, I wonder if it can buff like a true sun god. All right, so it's not showing up for like attack shooter, even though it's like within range. So let's see if it works on heroes. It does work on heroes. So if we do this, then we submerge it, we can actually Monkey Sub Paragon boost our heroes. I did not expect that. So it doesn't work on land-based towers, but it does work on heroes. And the heroes don't have to be on water in order to receive the buff. That's so cool. But let's go ahead and see if we can give the buff to a sun temple. All right, so it looks like we can't give it the buff to the super monkey, which is a little bit unfortunate because I was actually expecting like the Monkey Sub Paragon to buff the true sun god, but unfortunately we're not going to have another buff for the vengeful sun god, so that's out of the window. Maybe that's something that they'll change in the future, because I mean, if you can give a carrier flagship buff to your vengeful sun god, then you should be able to give the Monkey Sub Paragon buff to it as well, right? At least that's my opinion. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and fast forward probably up until like round 250. I think our Monkey Sub should be able to make it up until round 250. All right, so I know I said I was gonna bring you guys back on round 200, but now we're starting to actually ride the struggle bus pretty hard. And it has nothing to do with our Nautic Siege Core's lack of popping power. It actually has a lot to do with him trying to keep up with these ceramic balloons, as well as him trying to keep up with the DDT balloons too. So it looks like we're going to have a case where our Nautic Siege Core is probably going to end up losing to ceramic balloons. Yeah, he's struggling so hard just trying to keep up with this ceramic balloon. That's so unfortunate. I wish I could move my Monkey Sub Paragon. I probably should have positioned him a little bit closer to the edge of the water. So that's my bad. I just wanted to have him in a really cool spot. That way we could get like a full appreciation of what the Monkey Sub Paragon actually looked like. So unfortunately, I ended up making a big mistake. But I will say there's something satisfying about watching this Monkey Sub Paragon just spin in circles trying to keep up with these ceramic balloons. Yeah, dude, like we just took a big hit to our lives there. That's super unfortunate. I wonder if I should, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and grab a glue gunner to make up for the ceramic balloons. We're having a problem with the DDT balloons. All right, dude, so here we are on round 250, and the Nautic Siege Core is actually going ham, eggs, and bacon, dudes. Now, these DDT balloons are getting much faster, which is making me not want to activate his ability, but his ability just does so much damage between the actual explosion and the radiation it leaves on the tracks. All right, guys, I'm going to go and fast forward up until like probably round 280. Unless we end up losing from round 251 all the way up until 280. All right, dude, so here we are on round 280. Our Monkey Sub Paragon is actually ripping, dudes. So he has 1.2 million pops so far, so he's not doing bad at all. Even though I know this is a super long map, he's actually surprisingly not that bad when he can actually launch his ability, and his ability can actually affect balloons. Right, dudes, our Monkey Sub Paragon is still going strong, so I think I'm gonna fast forward probably up until like round 320 or 350 if our Monkey Sub Paragon can make it that long. If he doesn't end up making it that far, I'll end up bringing you guys back when we lose. No, we ended up losing on round 294. That's actually nuts, dudes. So we ended up leaking a reinforced bad balloon. I did not see that coming. I thought we would lose to like ceramic balloons, but I didn't think like a full reinforced bad would actually leak. That's actually kind of nuts. So a quick recap of our Monkey Sub. So our Monkey Sub ended up getting 1.7 billion pops and made it all the way up until round 294. Now, for a Paragon, I've never seen a Paragon do this well. I'm actually kind of curious if I gave the other Paragons a map similar to this, if they would be able to do something similar. But anyways, dudes, that's gonna do it for the video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you guys hit that like button. Also, if you guys are new around here, don't forget to subscribe as well, because I do upload quite a bit of Bloons BTD6 content. But anyways, dudes, again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.